In 2024, Africa remains a continent where experience in leadership often translates into longevity in power. Among its 54 nations, several leaders have defied both age and time, standing as symbols of endurance, continuity, and in some cases, controversy. These elder statesmen have seen the world, and their countries, through profound changes, from colonialism's decline to modern-day globalization. Yet, their extended rules often spark debates about democracy, succession, and generational change in African leadership. Here are the 7 oldest African presidents in 2024. At 78 years old in 2024, Abdelmadjid Tebboune, President of Algeria, ranks 7th on our list of the oldest African presidents. Tebboune assumed office in December 2019 following a turbulent period in Algerian politics, marked by widespread protests that forced the resignation of his predecessor, Abdelaziz Bouteflika. As president, Tebboune has focused on stabilizing the country and implementing political reforms to address the grievances of a population frustrated by economic challenges and decades of political stagnation. Tebboune's presidency has seen him navigate Algeria through a difficult transition, with efforts aimed at reducing corruption, stimulating economic growth, and responding to calls for greater transparency in governance. Despite his reform agenda, Tebboune faces ongoing challenges, including youth unemployment and demands for more democratic freedoms, particularly from Algeria's large and politically active younger generation. Though younger than some of his contemporaries, Tebboune is part of a generation of African leaders whose age and political longevity reflect the enduring nature of leadership in many African nations. At 79 years old in 2024, Yoweri Museveni, the president of Uganda, stands as the 6th oldest African leader. Museveni has ruled Uganda since 1986, making him one of Africa's longest-serving presidents. His rise to power followed a guerrilla war that ousted the authoritarian regime of Milton Obote. Initially lauded for bringing stability to Uganda after years of civil war and dictatorship, Museveni's tenure has since become more controversial due to accusations of authoritarianism, particularly his efforts to extend his presidency by abolishing term limits and age limits. Under his rule, Uganda has experienced significant economic growth and infrastructural development, but his administration has also faced criticism for human rights abuses and restrictions on political freedoms. Museveni's leadership has been marked by his ability to maintain power through strategic alliances and a firm grip on security forces, often clamping down on opposition movements. Despite his advanced age, Museveni shows little intention of stepping down, positioning himself as a stabilizing force for Uganda amid regional instability. However, critics argue that his long tenure stifles democratic development, and with a large and youthful population, many Ugandans are calling for generational change and greater political openness. Nana Akufo-Addo, the president of Ghana, ranks as number 5 on our list of the top 7 oldest African presidents in 2024. Born on March 29, 1944, Akufo-Addo is 80 years old as of 2024. A seasoned politician and lawyer, he has been an influential figure in Ghanaian and African politics for decades. Akufo-Addo assumed the presidency of Ghana in January 2017 after winning the 2016 election and was re-elected in 2020. Throughout his tenure, Akufo-Addo has focused on economic transformation, advocating for Ghana to reduce its reliance on foreign aid and promoting a Ghana Beyond Aid agenda. His leadership has also prioritized education, implementing the free senior high school policy, and infrastructure development. Despite these achievements, his presidency has not been without challenges, including managing Ghana's public debt and navigating the economic impacts of global crises. As one of the continent's oldest leaders, Akufo-Addo symbolizes the enduring role of seasoned politicians in shaping the future of African nations, even as younger generations of leaders begin to emerge. Emmerson Mnangagwa, the president of Zimbabwe, ranks number 4 on our list of the top 7 oldest African presidents in 2024. Born on September 15, 1942, Mnangagwa is 82 years old this year. Known as the Crocodile due to his political shrewdness, Mnangagwa succeeded Robert Mugabe as president in November 2017, following a military intervention that ended Mugabe's nearly 4-decade rule. Mnangagwa had been a long-time ally of Mugabe and held various key government positions, including Minister of Defense and Vice President. His leadership marked the beginning of a new era for Zimbabwe, but his presidency has been met with mixed reactions. While Mnangagwa has worked to open Zimbabwe up to international investors and promote economic reforms, the country continues to face economic challenges, including high inflation, unemployment, and a struggling currency. His age makes him one of Africa's oldest leaders, and his political longevity demonstrates his deep entrenchment in Zimbabwe's governance. Mnangagwa has aimed to stabilize the country and promote development, though many Zimbabweans still wait for significant improvements in their daily lives. Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbosogo, born on June 5, 1942, is ranked number 3 on the list of the top 7 oldest African presidents in 2024. As of 2024, he is 82 years old and holds the record as the world's longest-serving head of state, having ruled Equatorial Guinea since August 3, 1979. His over 4-decade reign has been marked by significant political control and centralized governance. Obiang came to power through a military coup, overthrowing his uncle, Francisco Macias Nguema, in what was a critical turning point for the nation. Since then, he has maintained a firm grip on power, with his leadership marked by both political stability and allegations of human rights abuses. Under his rule, Equatorial Guinea became one of Africa's richest countries per capita, largely due to oil and gas discoveries in the 1990s, although widespread wealth inequality remains a significant issue. Obiang's enduring rule is emblematic of the challenges many African nations face in terms of democratic transitions and leadership succession. His advanced age raises questions about the future of leadership in Equatorial Guinea and whether the country will see political change in the near future. Olusegun Ouattara, the president of Côte d'Ivoire, ranks number 2 on our list of the top 7 oldest African presidents in 2024. Born on January 1, 1942, Ouattara is 82 years old. He has been in power since 2011, after winning elections that followed years of political instability in the country. Though praised for economic reforms that have made Côte d'Ivoire one of Africa's fastest-growing economies, Ouattara's presidency is not without controversy. Critics often accuse Ouattara of being a puppet of France, due to his strong ties to the former colonial power. His background as a former official with the International Monetary Fund and his economic policies, which favor foreign investment, have led to allegations that his government serves French and Western interests over those of Ivorian citizens. This perception has caused friction between him and sections of the population who advocate for more nationalistic policies. In 2020, Ouattara sparked further controversy by altering the Ivorian constitution to run for a 3rd term, despite its 2-term limit. His decision was widely condemned as undemocratic and illegal by opposition parties and civil society groups, but he argued that the new constitution reset the term count. His 3rd-term victory was marred by protests, which were violently suppressed, deepening political divisions in the country. Paul Biya, born in 1933, is the oldest on our list of the top 7 oldest African presidents in 2024. Having ruled Cameroon since 1982, Biya's longevity in power is remarkable, but not without controversy. Often accused of being France's puppet, Biya is said to have maintained strong ties with the former colonial power, which has allegedly shielded his regime from external pressure. This dependency has fueled criticisms that his leadership serves foreign interests more than the needs of the Cameroonian people. Biya has also been criticized for spending more time abroad than in his own country, particularly in Switzerland, where he reportedly owns lavish properties. His frequent absences from Cameroon have raised eyebrows, with some estimating he spends more time in luxury hotels than governing. Despite his advanced age and growing opposition, Biya has managed to cling to power through a combination of constitutional changes and alleged election rigging. In 2008, he orchestrated a controversial amendment to the constitution that eliminated term limits, allowing him to extend his rule indefinitely. His regime has been accused of suppressing dissent and manipulating electoral processes to maintain his grip on the presidency, effectively ruling Cameroon in what many view as an illegitimate and authoritarian manner. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating facts from Africa. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments which of these leaders surprised you the most, and what topics you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next video.